What's up everybody, it's Mr. Gaff here, and today we're going to be talking about dividing fractions. Dividing fractions is something that sounds really difficult, but it really isn't. Now I know what you're probably thinking. Oh, fractions! Ah, the fractions are gonna eat me and turn me into stew. No! Dividing fractions really is kind of simple. You just have to remember a few things. First and foremost, I should say that if you do not know how to multiply fractions, then you shouldn't be here. What happened? I blacked out. If you do not know how to multiply fractions, then you gotta figure that out. Now I'm gonna do a little crash course right now, just to remind you, but it's very important you know how to multiply. I'm already out of breath. I need to work out. I know what you're saying. No, you don't. Thank you. One of the reasons I think dividing fractions really isn't that bad is because much like multiplying, you do not need to find an LCD. Woo! You do not have to go through all the trouble of finding a least common denominator. Alright, you can just take the numbers that they give you, which makes it a lot easier, in my opinion. You need to know how to multiply fractions in order to divide fractions. Little crash course right now so we understand how to multiply, but really it's very simple, alright? You just go across. You just multiply the numerators and the denominators. Now if we remember, numerator is the number on top, the denominator is the number on the bottom. Say I was trying to multiply 1/2 and 2/3. So I multiply the numerators, I multiply 1 times 2, which is 2. And then I multiply 2 times 3, which is 6. I would get 2/6, and then I would simplify. Sorry, it's just a sore subject. I would simplify to 1/3. So 1/2 times 2/3 is 2/6 or 1/3. We're talking today about dividing fractions. Now there's one really important vocabulary word you have to know in dividing fractions, all right? And that word is reciprocal. 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 I'm in the mail. I'm gonna buy shoes because I need new shoes. Shoes are fancy, just like me. Shoes are fancy, just like Steve. Who's Steve? You need to know the word reciprocal, all right? Reciprocal is a fraction flipped. So if I had 2/3, the reciprocal of 2/3 would be 3/2 or 3/2. Every fraction has a reciprocal. The reciprocal of 1/6 is 6/1. 7/8, 8/7. To get a fraction's reciprocal, take the fraction and flip it. Take the fraction and you just flip it upside down. Put the denominator on the top, put the numerator on the bottom, and just flip them. So that would be a fraction's reciprocal. So you have to know what a reciprocal is. The way that I was taught to divide fractions and how most people do it now is with these 3 simple steps. Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip, or KCF. Not to be confused with KFC, which is delicious. Getting a good old bucket of chicken. Biscuits there. Oh boy! Delicious. So we have keep, change, flip, KCF. So what does that look like? Well, let's say we have the problem 1/2 divided by 1/3, right? So I have 1/2, right, divided by 1/3. The first fraction of the problem, I would keep the same. Always keep the first one the same. So we keep 1/2 the same. We don't touch it. We say, hey, you're great the way you are. You're special. We appreciate your efforts. We love you. Stay the same. 1/2. Then we do the crazy thing. We change. We cross off that division symbol and we change it to a multiplication symbol. Now here's where stuff gets crazy. Woo! We flip the second fraction to its reciprocal. So we have 1/2 divided by 1/3. 1/3 we flip to its reciprocal, which is 3/1. So we have 1/2 times 3/1 now. We've taken our division problem and we've changed it to a multiplication problem by keeping the first fraction the same, changing our division symbol to a multiplication symbol, and flipping the second fraction. So then we can just multiply across and simplify! Simplify, please. So we have 1 times 3, which is 3, over 2 times 1, which is 2. So we have 3/2. Now obviously 3/2 is an improper fraction. It's improper! It's not allowed in here. It's improper. It doesn't have a head. It doesn't even have shoes. We can't live in here. Oh, I got my proper cane. Where's my cane? I got my cane. I'm proper. I'm a proper bloke. Oh, I bet you. Up and the cane and down. It's not proper. Proper. Proper man. Proper. It's improper! Alright, so what we have to do is we have to simplify that into a mixed number. To do that, we would take 3/2 and we'd simplify it to 1 and 1/2. Now there was a video about simplifying improper fractions to mixed numbers earlier. You just divide the numerator by the denominator and make sure you take the remainder, put it over the same denominator. Alright, so that is dividing fractions, guys. It's actually pretty simple. Keep, change, flip. You keep the first fraction the same, you change your division symbol to a multiplication symbol, and you flip the second fraction to its reciprocal. Once you've done all that, you can just multiply across and simplify. Let's try one more before I leave. Oh, he's going, yes, I'm sad, but it is what it is. Let's say we have 3/5 divided by 1/6. We'd keep 3/5 the same, because it's our first one, we'd keep it. Okay, keep that the same. 3/5, we say, you're lovely, I love you, great, you stay, oh, you're such a good boy. Oh, girl. Sorry, you're a good boy or girl, you're the best around. 3/5, we keep it the same. Now we take our our division symbol, we cross that baby out, we change it to a multiplication symbol. We've changed it, keep, change. All right, now we got to flip. So we take 1/6, we flip it to its reciprocal, 6/1. So now we have our new problem, which is 3/5 times 6/1. So 3 times 6 we know is 18. 18 is going to be what we put on top, because it's a numerator. Then we do 5 times 1 is 5. 18 divided by 5 is going to give you 3. And then you will be left with 3. Your answer for that one is going to be 3 3/5. So dividing fractions, guys, it's really not that bad. Keep, change, flip. Keep your first fraction the same. Change your division symbol to a multiplication symbol. Throw it up, son. Exit out. Yeah. Ooh, I just got injured. I don't know if we can continue. Flip the second fraction to its reciprocal, multiply across, and simplify. Please simplify. Now, if you can't remember any of this stuff, I have written a rap. Right now, I'll perform this rap for you now. It's called Recip is the Flip. Recip is the flip, meaning that a fraction's reciprocal is just that number flipped. So I'm gonna do a cool rap. You can stay for the rap if you want. If you don't want to stay for the rap, then hopefully you stay for the rap, because I didn't think about the second part of that threat. Just kind of hoping everyone would stay. The only problem is I'm completely unprepared. Just not even ready for it. Just not even ready. Recip is the flip. Recip is the flip. Recip is the flip. Recip is the flip. You divide with fractions? Well, hey, that's cool, but you can multiply if you follow one rule. Just take a second fraction, flip it upside down. You may be thinking, Mr. Gaff, stop being a clown. But trust me, students, for I know one thing, multiplying by the reciprocal is the same as dividing. Just take the second number, flip bottom and top, then multiply, and you can divide fractions non-stop. Yeah, recip is the flip. Recip is the flip. What? Recip is the flip. What? Who? What do you mean? Recip is the flip. Yeah. Oh man, I am far too winded for this. So that's really it. That's all I have for today. I'll see you guys another time. Is on my side. Hopefully. It'd be bad if it wasn't. I don't want to fight time.